I just got this Marsala wine delivered from the local liquor store, so I'm gonna taste it. Na, 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 na. Why is this being such a little bitch? Marsala wine. God damn this thing! Label. They only have the fanciest shit at this local place. Taste I have my little mise en place all ready to go. Oh, and this is parsley freshly picked from the garden. I also have some brown rice that I had made yesterday, so I'm just gonna heat that up. I was also gonna make these Brussels sprouts that came already like cleaned up and halved and shit already and everything. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna make that as the vegetable. And so I have sliced for the vegetable, and I have some sliced onion for the Brussels sprouts. The recipe for the chicken marsala that I'm following called for shallots, but I don't have shallots. So I'm just going to use a couple of these onions here and mince them up instead. And then the minced garlic is going to go in the marsala. These like already like prepared, already prepped and stuff, because I think it was the only ones available. So I'm sure I paid through the nose. Oh, they sure do. Oh boy. Ooh, I'm gonna rinse them anyway. They smell like farts. They smell like they're going. They've been sitting around for a while. I gotta cook them. We're gonna get my flour ready. It's all-purpose flour. I'm putting a little salt, pepper. I'm gonna use a little fork to whisk it together. It's like about an ounce. 2 tablespoons of flour, maybe a half a teaspoon of salt and pepper each. I'm also gonna lightly salt those cutlets before I dredge it. You gotta salt your food. So I'm gonna pound this piece. I don't have a meat, whatever the hell you call it, meat tenderizer, meat pounder. I don't have one of those. I have like this marble mortar, or is it the pestle? I don't know. But so this works really well as a meat pounder. Down and outward. Bloop, bloop. That's good. Sorry about the noise. I have the fan going. I'm going to start with the Brussels sprouts, because something tells me that that's not going to take more time than the chicken. So put the burner on, putting it on medium heat, olive oil. I'm going to start with these onions. Get them a little bit soft first before I put my Brussels sprouts in. And I like to season as I go along. Some salt, pepper. Like oregano and thyme goes into everything I cook, because I like it. Spread it out. I'm cooking my oven, yeah. I'd say I've cooked them for like a minute or maybe even less than a minute. They look a little translucent. Oh, you know, I'm stupid. I forgot that I have bacon fat. There's something about Brussels sprouts and bacon fat. I'm gonna put a little bit of this. It adds a smoky flavor. It adds smoky bacon flavor. And it's real fattening, so you know it tastes good. I'd say that's probably about 2 teaspoons worth. I'm not going too crazy, I guess. Brussels sprouts. It just makes it taste better when you smack it. You know, you got stuff in the pan, then you just kind of go like smack, 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 smack. That's how you know it's going to be good. Once again, you're going to add this. Oregano. I like to pinch it, squish it. It activates the oils in the dried herbs. I learned that on the Food Network. Check it out. Ah! I got bacon grease all over the floor. Ooh. I am going to make sure all of these are cut side down so that they get nice and caramelized on that side. Throw my sliced garlic in there. Now I have that going. I'm going to start working on the chicken. What I start off is just putting a little bit of salt on either side of the chicken. Edge this. They're nice and floured. So this recipe calls for the use of oil, a little oil and butter, mostly butter. See, that's like about medium-high heat. Put a little bit of, probably less than a tablespoon. I'm gonna brown it. The recipe said that it should take about a total of 5 to 6 minutes, so I'm just gonna do like 2.5, 3 minutes on each side at like a good temperature. It's like medium-high. So I'm going to brown the chicken first, set it aside on a plate. Ooh, yay! Putting it down, and ideally I would have liked to have heard a sizzle. Is this shit gonna sizzle or what? Guess I gotta put it higher. While that's working, I'm gonna take a look and see how my how this shit's doing. I'm gonna have to break out some reinforcements here. So let's take a look and see how it's doing. Alright, well, it's getting there. I had some sliced garlic in here that just kind of laying on top of everything, not getting cooked, which is fine because it tends to burn anyway, so it gives this stuff some more time to cook. And I'm starting to hear a sizzle on that stuff now. Yeah, I need some time. Alright, I'm flipping this. There we go. Alright, I'm calling it. Putting this on a plate, setting it aside. Shit, I'm gonna lose my... Woo! Almost lost it. How's that thing? Yeah, it's so good. Alright. Ow. Alright, lowering the heat, and I'm going to put the mushrooms in. I think that's what it said to do. So now the recipe says to add more butter. I like where this is going. Some more butter. Holy shit, that's a hot pan. In go the mushrooms. Gonna add a little salt. Add a little pepper. I don't know, that pan seemed a little dry to me. I think I'm going to put more butter in there. Makes it all go down smooth. Looks like things are happening to these mushrooms pretty quickly. I'll be putting those onions in pretty soon. A little salt. I could have just put the onions and the garlic in at the same time. Adding my liquid soon. So this is a 1/4 cup of chicken broth, 1/4 cup of the Marsala wine, 1/4 cup of heavy cream, Except I don't have heavy cream, so I'm using evaporated milk. Giving it a stir. I'm going to bring this up to a boil and wait for it to reduce by half. And we're going for a thin cream sauce. I'm going to say that this is about the consistency of a thin cream sauce. Kinda coats the back of the spoon, kinda. So I'll place the chicken back in the pan to warm it up. I'll put some of these collected juices in there as well. Nuzzled in there. Flip it around, make sure that everything gets nice and saucy. Come on. Bitch. Work with me here. Ugh. I'll just heat this side real quick and then this shit's done. That's heated through. It's done. It's time to call the dinner bell. And here is the final product. I garnished it with some of that parsley that I picked in from the garden. Since I had substituted evaporated milk for the heavy cream, there was a little bit of a difference in consistency with the sauce. It kind of had like a little bit of a graininess to it. It wasn't as smooth, but it still tasted great. The flavors were very well balanced. I mean, it was just like butter, mushroom, salt, and pepper. You can't go wrong. And the Brussels sprouts were nice and tasty. All around, this was a very yummy dinner. I hope you enjoyed my video, and you should give it a try. You'll want to take all of the chicken breasts that you bought at the store and make this every night until all those chicken breasts are finished. Bone apple teeth.